All right, welcome to Mind Body Chair Yoga, and I'll meet you on the chair. Oh, there's two more people. All right. So coming forward on our chair, slide a little more. Taking the knees nice and wide. And any little movements, stretching out the face, rolling out the shoulders, move the wrists, open and close the hands, squeeze and spread the toes. Just this general movement, maybe a little mini cat-cow, mini twist, just waking up the body a little bit so that we can come to the seated posture. Closing the eyes or gazing downward. And we already have some blood flow, increased blood flow, and we can be aware of sensation in the body after doing this little bit of movement. And so that's what I'll ask you to pay attention today. It's just noticing sensation in the body. All those sensations reminding you that you have a body, reminding you of being alive in this body. And then just checking in with kind of that, voice in the back of the head responding or reacting to sensations that you notice, or just any other kind of, backseat commentary that voice might be giving. And if there is an unsupportive voice, we're going to just release it. Let it go. Flip the script, so to speak. And we're just going to bring in this great feeling of friendliness towards the body as we breathe in and breathe out. Maybe taking the hands to the heart center and really just taking a moment to honor this body. And remembering that there is a whole lot more going right with your body than there is going wrong with the body. So let's dedicate our practice to our wonderful, beautiful bodies. And we'll initiate with a unifying Om. As we inhale together. Inhale, open the eyes. Exhale, release. Good. Let's start with the shoulders. Stretch at the face, squeeze and spread the toes. Big breath in. Big breath out. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Just paying attention again to sensation, to the gliding and sliding of the shoulder blades. Just gently waking up the body. And then we'll release the shoulders down, take a big breath in. Grow as tall as you can, and exhaling, dipping the chin down towards the chest, keeping both shoulders soft, and just taking in what you notice at the back of the neck. And when you're ready, taking the head a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. And I can always tell on a Monday morning, the state of my body, especially if over the weekend I was busy or doing a lot of driving, didn't have enough time really to take care of myself, no yoga, etc. I really feel it. Okay, taking the chin back to center, we'll inhale, lift the chin, exhale, gaze over one shoulder. Inhale back to center, gaze over the other shoulder. Inhale back to center, gaze over that first shoulder, take the opposite hand to the side, palm facing back, inhale. Exhale, kind of gaze behind you as you push the arm back, and inhale, bring the head slightly forward. Exhale, push and turn the head, inhale forward. So if you want to explore like a little micro angle and just see like, oh, if I take my chin down a little lower, I get, a different stretch, a little higher, a different stretch, just kind of see what works for you. Maybe there's nothing, and that's okay. That's good information. We'll bring the hands down, roll up the shoulders. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale over to the other side, opposite arm, palm facing back. Inhale, exhale, gaze slightly back, push back. Inhale, head comes forward. And then we could also change the angle of the arm. Finding that combination that resonates with you. All right, bringing the hand back to the knee. And let's just get watery in the shoulders this time. All right, soften both shoulders down. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Soften both shoulders, let them both just be heavy. And then that right hand can be fingertips out, or bringing the forearm back or slightly back. Again, no right or wrong here, just what feels best for you. Inhaling, exhaling, turning nose down towards the shoulder. And then taking the ear back to the shoulder. So back and forth, making any little adjustments, modifications as you go to support this release of tension at the neck and the shoulders. Now nose comes down to the shoulder, chin to throat. Nose to shoulder, chin to throat. Maybe expanding that, a little bit of range of motion here. Whatever works. Switch up the face. All right, returning the hand to the thigh, and let's get watery again. Let the spine get all like watery, loosey-goosey shoulders. Bring arms into it if you want to. Release, and we'll go to the other side. Big breath in, grow tall. Exhale. Right ear to right shoulder. I can feel this one shoulder wanting to rise up. So I'm really going to soften, be kind, reach my fingers out to the side, or arm can come back and behind. Let that head get heavy. Get that initial stretch across the top of the shoulder. And then a nice slow turn, nose to the shoulder, sensing into that sensation of elongation through the neck and the top of the shoulder, and moving back and forth at your own pace. Again, making any little adjustments that make sense to your body today. Bringing the nose down to the shoulder, and when you're ready, chin to throat. And if you discover something that you're not happy with, or you're like, gosh, I wish wasn't so tight there, wish it were different, acknowledging that. It's like, oh, wow, yeah, there's some frustration there. Okay, what if I bring lots of love and attention to this area as opposed to frustration? How does it change my experience? Can I be compassionate toward myself? Release the hand, inhale, lift the head, stretch out the face, and roll out the shoulders. Let's lift the heels and rock that pelvis. Let's just really explore the outer edges of that range of motion. So I'm really trying to explore that tuck and then the lift. See what I notice in the low back. abdominals. And then dropping the heels, lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades, open up that chest. Tail is lifted, feel elongation along the front of the body here, or the belly. Inhale. Exhale, round. You can keep the hands on the knees, reach them forward. You can bring a little movement. Whatever kind of feels good. I'm giving lots of permission for exploration today. Inhale. I mean, you always have it, but it's a nice reminder. So moving between those two shapes at your pace with whatever little adaptations, additions, that feel good. And this responding to the body, that is an act of self-kindness, self-love, self-care. Paying attention, as opposed to just kind of going through the motions, right? Very different. Roll that shoulders out. Good, let's take our left hand and bring it over to the right thigh, and it's gonna kind of be binding there. We'll reach our right arm up, and as usual, press your hip down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up. And exhale. So we usually talk about like the side opening here when we come into our side bends. And so we're just adding a little bit by creating this binding, by holding on. But on this next time, let's kind of release the hand and then reach it. So our arms, our fingertips are reaching in these opposite directions. Lift the navel, hug in the ribs, really kind of challenging the core here. Inhale, rise up, and we'll take our right hand to the thigh, reach up, get long first, and then exhale up and over. Turn the heart up towards the sky. And we'll just start with that bit of flow, focusing in on opening up the side body, really root down that hip, breathing in and out, feeling this bind, so there's a bit of resistance there. And then when you're ready, this next one, kind of release from the bind, inhale, exhale, reach in two directions. So there's almost like a little squeeze at the chest, right? Because our arms are reaching forward. But hug in the ribs, lift the navel, explore the strength of the core. We'll do that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Roll out that shoulders. Let's get watery again. I'm really feeling drawn to this watery movement today. Something must be stuck. I gotta get it out. Okay. Whew. Great. Okay. Take inhale, grow tall. We'll just shift and turn to the left. So our heart is facing the left side of the room. We're in this nice little twist. Now this hand that's on our thigh, probably the right one. We're going to take it up, reach it up, and as if there's somebody, we're sitting in an auditorium, you see your best friend, you didn't know they were coming, you want to get their attention, you're going to reach and kind of wave the hand. Not too crazy because you don't want anybody to think you're, you know, I was going to say like a lunatic, but it's not too bad. We're reaching and waving and really feeling that upper body twist. All right, release that hand back down with a tall spine. We'll inhale, unwind. So keep that tall spine. Exhale, turning with that tall spine over to the other side and just sense into all of that movement as we shift to the other side, breathing in and out, grow tall, lift the navel. And then when you're ready, we're reaching as we see our other best friend over on the other side and we're getting their attention, we're reaching. You know, just that kind of waving action so that we're feeling that twist really in that upper chest, the shoulders. All right, release the hand down, keep the spine long. We're going to get really tall. And now exhale completely, release. Roll it out, circle at the waist, inhale forward. Exhaling back. Inhale forward. Exhaling back. Reverse direction. And release. Okay, check that your knees are nice and wide. We're really sitting forward on the chair. Backs of the hands to the inside of the knees. Grow tall. Lift the navel. Hug in the ribs. So that's engaged. Now press your hands into your knees, but then squeeze your knees into your hands. So it looks like you're just kind of sitting here. Not doing a lot, but we're doing a lot, okay? This is a lot of effort because I'm really squeezing my knees together like crazy, and I'm resisting with my arms and keeping my heart lifted. My abdominals are engaged. Okay, release. Whew. Turn those fingers in, inhale, big breath in. Exhale, dip one shoulder down, gaze over the opposite shoulder. Inhale, rise up, dip the opposite shoulder down, gaze over the shoulder. Inhale up, exhale, release. Round two, here we go. Grow tall, hug in the ribs, lift the navel, squeeze your knees, resist with the hands. Big breath in, big breath out. Heart is lifted, keep it going as best you can. Breathing in, breathing out, and release. Inhale, grow tall, one more shoulder dip, dip your shoulder down, gaze over the opposite side. So nice little upper torso. Inhale, come up, exhale, come down. Getting right into the thoracic, a nice middle range twist. Inhale up and exhale, release. Okay, bring those feet together, come to stand. And we'll take our feet out like goddess legs. And feel how the legs have kind of externally rotated here, okay? Now, we're just gonna bend the knees down and come back to stand. Now turn your toes forward and feel that internal rotation of the leg. And now we're just gonna kind of squat down. So kind of different, right? So come back into goddess and we're gonna squat down. So this time we're gonna do our internal external rotation of the legs in the squat position, okay? So sounds easy, right? So just check that you have the chair here. This is going to be a balance challenge, okay? So that if you do kind of feel like you lose your balance, you're just gonna sit down right on the chair, okay? Because we're gonna add something else into it, which will be fun. Okay, so bring the toes forward, we're in the squat, and we kind of release and go into our other squat. So internal rotation, so should be feeling this like right away at the thighs and the legs. So I'm really lifting my navel, feeling strong in the core, keep the heart lifted. Okay, not so bad, right? Good, stand up, arms out. External rotation, palms face up. Internal rotation up the shoulders, and maybe the palms almost face up because you're almost doing 360 degrees. Okay, so internal rotation, external rotation. Okay. Think. So start with whatever one. Internal, external, doesn't matter. You're in the goddess. We're gonna take a big breath in. And as we shift, we're going to do our internal, external rotation. So the balance challenge is that we have to lift our toes up, quite lifted, right? In order to shift on the heels. So that's where I notice it. Once I start moving my legs, whoop, there we go. Moving and lifting the toes and doing this internal, external rotation, you kind of are exploring that balance. Okay, release and bring those feet together. Okay. That's good for now. Take the hand at the back of the chair and walk your feet back, come into a forward fold. Stretch out the face. If you're doing that again in the recording, should have said this before, like just being really mindful of the knees. That's why you really want that exercise to be from the heel and the leg joint. The knees shouldn't be shifting at all. Okay, forward fold. Sway at the shoulder. That really winded me. Sway at the shoulders. And then we'll sway at the hips. Pedal the knees forward and back. Pedal the pelvis forward and back. Breathing in and out. Let's get long in the side body. Stretch at the top of the hip. Long in the spine. Here we go. Inhale. Step your right foot forward. Bend the knee over the ankle. One or both arms up. And exhale. Hands down. Step back. Inhale. Left foot forward. Bend the knee over the ankle. One or both arms up to the sky. Exhale. Hands come down. And step back. Inhale, right foot forward. Press into that back heel, lift the back thigh. And exhale, step back. Inhale, left foot forward. Bend the knee over the ankle. One or both arms up to the sky. Press into that back heel. Exhale, step back. Inhale, right foot forward. Left foot comes out to the side. We're going to squeeze those thighs together energetically, just like we did with our hands, resisting the knees. That's how I want you to feel the knees coming in and pressing into the back heel. Arms are just down at your sides. And just do a little internal, external rotation here. And note the shoulder blades and how the shoulders roll forward, roll back. All right, now inhale, bring the arms up to the sky. Keep lifting the navel, keep squeezing the thighs together. And we're going to do that same internal, external rotation with the arms up, but it's very different. It's much narrower. It's a little bit restricted, but we can still do it. Release down. Point that back foot forward. And we'll come into our pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold, lead with the heart. Bringing your hands to the back of the chair or maybe onto the seat of the chair. Let's get long in the spine. So try not to have any rounding in the back. And we'll sway the hips. Root the ball of the right toe down, down, down. Just sway the hips. And then we'll rise up and step back. Inhale. Left foot forward, right foot comes out to the side a bit. And again, we're squeezing the energy of the legs together. Press into the back heel, lift the back thigh. Feel really strong in your foundation. We're just going to repeat that internal, external rotation of the shoulder. So just exploring our range of motion here. Just getting curious about this like really important joint in the body. We want to make sure this joint is healthy and fluid. All right, now reaching the arms up and repeating. And just see what you notice. Lift that navel, lift that back thigh. Keep your legs super charged up. Or release the hands down. Turn that back foot forward, pyramid pose. Make any little adjustments. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Front knee can be bent a little bit. It can be straight, but if it's really like agonizing for it to be straight, bend the knee. No, this is no torture yoga. Okay, sway the hips. Bringing kindness to all your experiences. Press that ball of the left toe down as you sway, as to give this hip a nice opportunity for a stretch. Stretch out the face. Again, exploring different heights here, but you want to keep your back nice and long. All right, rising up, stepping back, final forward fold. And then walking your feet to the back of the chair. Rolling out the shoulders. Okay, without any pausing, we're going to come up onto our heels, sink down as best you can, lower the heels down, rise up, wrap those muscles around the bones, and repeat. Connect breath with movement, go your pace. Reverse, bend the knees, lift the heels, rise up, lower down, bend the knees, keep the navel lifted, the core engaged. One more round. And release. Great. Okay, we're going to turn the chair so that the seat of the chair is facing you. Come into tabletop shape. So wrists under the shoulders, ankles under the knees. And let's just explore like a little bit of wateriness here. Little pedaling of the pelvis, rolling out the shoulders, stretching one side, then the other. Just, again, lots of permission to explore. And then we'll come into our two shapes. So slight bend in the knee, lift the heels, lift the heart, and really feel this stretch along the back of the leg, trying to target the hamstrings here. Big breath in. Exhale, round the back, totally shifting our attention to the shoulders, shoulder blades draw away from each other. Press your hands into the chair as you lift the heart up, 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 up. And then moving between those two shapes, exploring, it's more like lower part of the body than upper part, shifting between the two, getting a nice long hamstring, stretching out the shoulders. And now let's like focus in on the belly, soft belly in cow pose, engaged, lifting up towards the spine in cat pose. All right, bend the knees, feet are hip distance apart. Just start by taking hands to the hips. Imagine you have something between the knees. Breathing in and out, and then we'll take our arms, and then an internal rotation of the arms as if you're lifting something up towards the sky. Half tuck the tailbone, keep squeezing the knees toward each other, but keeping the thighs parallel, and reaching up to the sky and sinking the hips down just slightly. Just slightly. Breathing in, breathing out. We're just going to hold and breathe. Maybe sink, maybe rise. Again, this is exploration of how deep we want to take this posture. And then inhale, reach up, 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 and trace those angel wings back behind you. Big breath in. Let it out through the mouth. Nice big sigh. Good. Coming back to table. And we're going to do our scapula push-up. So really looking into our shoulders here. By keeping the arms straight, legs straight, slight bend is okay. We're going to just lower the heart down. Shoulder blades draw in towards each other. Feels a little weird. Inhale. Exhale, press into the chair. It's almost like you're growing taller, but the heart is lifting up as high as it can and the shoulder blades separate. Now, they come down and then rise up. So we're isolating the shoulder movement, so we're not bringing the pelvis into this. Belly is not really involved. It's really just about exploring this range of motion at the shoulders from a different angle and with a little bit of weight bearing. Bend the knees, sink back. Let's reach up to the sky. Internal rotation of the arms, again, as if we're lifting something up to the sky, a half tuck of the tail so that you feel your lower abdominals engaged. This is going to support, so your legs don't have to do all the work. Give the core a little bit of work. Squeeze the energy of the legs together. Big breath in. Big breath out, and exploring, maybe sinking down, rising up a little, finding a little bit of this like micro movement, micro challenge, even if just like for a breath, and then coming back up. We are not statues, we are living, breathing humans, so giving a human experience to this shape. All right, inhale, rise up. Exhale, reach the arms back. Stretch up the face. Roll up the shoulders. Okay. Turn the chair again. Take a sip of water if you need it. I forgot my water. I need it. All right. And we're just gonna hold on to the back of the chair like we were before. And we're going to come into chair pose, but not as deep as maybe we were practicing before. Do a little half tuck of the tail. And using the chair for balance to start, we're just gonna bring one heel back, then bring it back. Reach the other leg back and return it to this chair shape. So we're just pushing the heel back, returning to chair, stepping back, return to chair. Each time, see if you can extend the your step back. Okay, so if you started off a little bit smaller, let's see if you can just go back a little bit more so that we can feel a stretch at the top of the leg. Okay, now we're going to bring arms to it. When your left foot comes back, your right arm reaches up. Return, vice versa. Keeping ourselves in this kind of chair posture with bent knees. And again, we don't want the legs to do all the work, so lift that navel up to the heart. Now, left foot comes back, right arm extends up. Squeeze the energy of the legs together like we did in our warm-up exercise. Lift the back thigh. And here, exploring balance. Check first that your ankle is not beyond, your knee is not beyond the ankle. Maybe one finger, maybe hover a hand. Maybe a hand to the hip or reach the arm up. This is called crescent moon. So just finding that shape that makes sense to you, balancing, lift that back thigh, press back into the back heel. Take the hands back to the chair, step forward with the left foot, step back with the right, just moving right into the other side. Squeeze the thighs, lift the navel when you're ready. Start with the left hand up. And then exploring the right hand. Lift that back thigh, press into the back heel. Breathing in, breathing out. Gazing forward. And release the hands down. Step forward, come to stand. Shake it out. Good. Okay. Maybe just bend the knees a little bit. All right. So, done quite a bit of shoulders, done our leg joint. We've challenged our thighs, stretched out our calves. So we're going to come into some tree pose prep. So we're about arm's distance away. We're going to soften the knees again just a little bit so that we can externally and internally rotate at the leg joint here. And just getting really curious about your range of motion here. And stand. Point that toe forward. Squeeze it in, cross. Inhale. Trace big circle, and it's like cross in behind, like as best you can. All right. Do we want to try this as a balance pose? Faster you go, the harder it is to balance sometimes. Sometimes it's the reverse. Okay, and release. Shake that out. Bring your thigh so it's parallel to the floor, gently flex the foot, and we'll take the leg out without changing anything in this standing leg. So no turking at the knee. Bring it back in like you're squeezing it in. Grow tall. Good. Concentrate, focus. The chair is always there. And release. That was awesome. All right. Externally rotate the leg. Bring the heel so that it's at or above the ankle. Or the foot is squeezing the calf. Whatever you choose. You're pressing the left side into the right side to create that uplifting energy and stability. So when you're ready, taking hands to the heart, lift the navel, gently squeeze the glutes. And when you're ready, big open permission to explore movement in a variety of different ways, maybe bringing a twist and imagining your legs are like encased in cement. That's how much you're squeezing the left and the right leg together right now, so that it's like as if it were one, limb. Beautiful. And release. Shake that out. Outer leg crosses over the inner leg. Squeeze the thighs. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lean over. Maybe sway a bit. Sway that hip forward and back. Or side to side. Nice big opening up through the hip. Rise up. And release. Switch sides. Arms distance, slightly bend the knees, internal, external rotation at the leg joint just as best you can. Maybe one side feels different than the other. And just check with that voice in the back of the head. Are you saying something like, this is my bad side? See if you can flip the script. This is the side that just requires a little bit more care and attention. See how it's different now? Okay. And release. Point that toe forward, grow tall, cross and squeeze the thighs. And we'll paint this great big circle with our big toe a couple times with our hand on the chair, and really engage by lifting the navel up. The heart is lifted and then arms come out. And if you're like, yeah, this is great. Wow, my balance is so good. Internal, external rotation of the arms. Bring something else to challenge. Okay. And release. Great weight bearing on that standing leg. Okay. Now we lift the knee, thighs parallel to the floor. Bring it out without torquing your standing leg knee. Try to keep this right hip facing forward. Squeeze it in. Keep lifting the navel. Don't, again, sound like a broken record sometimes, but don't make your legs do all the work. Let's lift. Okay. Challenge balance. Maybe internally rotate one arm and externally rotate the other one. Ha. So we're going to add the brain plus balance. And release. Okay, tree pose. Externally rotate the leg, take your heel at or above the ankle and squeeze it, let the navel grow tall, or sole of the foot to the calf. Squeeze them together, grow tall. This squeezing is going to give you this uplifting energy. Whew, hands at the heart to start. And then any movement here. Get creative. Explore. And maybe your extent of exploring today really is hand at the heart. Maybe that is your level of exploration, and that is, it's very brave. Okay. And release. I haven't done it with the foot to the calf in a really long time. That really adds a level of challenge. Okay, we'll take our leg, cross it over, squeeze the thighs, inhale, reach up. And exhale. And maybe some swing, forward and back, or side to side. Maybe really lifting the heart up, bringing it down, lifting it up. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Let's just do one more forward fold, just to get the spine really, really long here. A little sway, a little pedal. And then come back to a nice tall spine. So we'll come down onto the floor. Any way that makes the most sense to you. And if you want, you can bend the knees, feet are hip distance apart, reach the arms forward, the chin, scroll down. Or just coming over to your side. Choice is yours. Hug in the knees. Stretch out the face, squeeze and spread the toes. Paddle the feet at the ankles, then circle one way. And circle the other way. Good. Now we'll just do a little bit of energizing work here. So we're going to extend our body out to be like a star on the inhale. And the exhale, squeeze it into a little ball. Maybe lift the head. You don't have to. Then inhale, be like a star, and exhale, squeeze it in together. So just repeating that at your own pace, finding a way to connect breath with movement. We'll just do like 2 more. Star, ball, star, and ball. Okay. Release the feet down. Knees are bent, arms are at your sides. Tuck the shoulder blades under, gentle tuck of the chin, feeling into the elongation along the back of the neck, just gently. Press your head a little bit, press your shoulders down, press into the feet, take a big breath in. Exhale, lift the hips as high as you can to feel that stretch along your quad, front of the leg, the thigh. Did a lot of work on the thigh there, so we want to stretch it out. Then we'll just inhale, come down. Repeat, exhale, lift it up. Hugging in the glutes, keeping the thighs parallel. Inhale, down. One more time, exhale up. And inhale down. Great. Now, you're going to take your feet so that they're a little bit closer together. And take your right foot in front of the left foot. So it's kind of like heel and toe. Now, take a big breath in, press your head and your shoulders and the palms down. And now lift. And lower. So, targeting a different part of the body. You guessed it, the glute. But it's just the left glute here that we're asking to really squeeze and lift the entire pelvis up. strengthening at the hamstring as well. This last one, we're gonna lift and just hold it as best we can, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and release. Switch feet. And you can explore like how close you want that right foot in. Like you don't want it too far away. You don't want it too tucked in, just kind of right in the middle. Press your head, shoulders, and palms into the floor. Inhale, exhale, lift. This time, it's the right glute. Release, inhale, exhale, lift. About 5 times on each side. Lift. And lifting enough that you feel the glute engage. There's some hamstring getting charged up. And maybe you're feeling still a stretch in the quad. And this last one, we'll lift and just hold for a breath. And then release. Hug the knees in. So that might have seemed like it might have brought a little bit of pressure into the low back. All right, so you're gonna hug in the knees and just let the low back sink into the floor, massage the low back, stretch out the face. All right, arms at your sides, the knees start to come out and the soles of the feet toward each other. Flex the feet, so just the heels that are touching. Press your navel down into the floor. Press your head, shoulder, and navels down. Press up into the sky, straighten the legs, bend the knees, heels come in towards the body. So, little froggy legs. Can we be sure that the core is engaged? So check that the low back is pressing down into the floor as best you can, kind of holding the abdominals downward. And release, both feet down as wide as the mat, arms out, externally rotated, palms facing up. Windshield wiper the legs slowly and with intention to one side. And then the other side. So explore the stretch on one side. It could be that you're focusing on the upper hip, could be the quad. Just energetically move the knee away from the hip, taking your time to optimize this stretch for yourself again, so that we're not just moving through the motions, you know. That's also fine. Sometimes you're tired and you're like, I can't do it anymore. I can't concentrate anymore. And I totally get that. But if you have the energy still and you want to just explore the movement when you're on one side, this pushing the knee away from the hip, maybe little micro movements here and there. I love this stretch. And release, good. Hug in the knees again, tuck the chin, feet up, knees out, happy baby. So we want to stretch out the inside of the legs, did lots of nice adductor work here, so stretching those adductors out, holding on, again, shins, ankles, or the outsides of the feet, whatever works for you, finding movement, finding stillness. Again, this is where you explore, and it's like, oh yeah, this little movement here, like, wow, you know, you just released a pocket of tension, found some lengthening. Slowly bringing the soles of the feet towards each other. They don't have to touch, knees out. I'm not going to trick you into froggy legs again. This time just hanging out here. Supta Baddha Konasana. Reclined cobbler's pose. Breathing in and out. Check to see that your chin isn't kind of lifting up towards the sky. Keep it gently tucked. And then any final stretch that you wanna do before we end this practice, I'm gonna just allow you to explore that. Or if you wanna just take your feet up to the sky like you're standing on the clouds. Arms can be externally rotated, palms facing up. And just breathe in and out here if that's comfortable to you. You can have a bend in the knees, that's not a problem. Just a little inversion here, breathing in, breathing out. And then maybe one last squeeze of the knees, maybe forehead to the knees. And then we'll release, coming into the shape of your choice for Shavasana, whether you want to have knees bent or legs straight, bolster under the knees, cover yourself with a blanket, whatever works. Just be comfortable, tuck the shoulder blades under. Just let the body rest. And I was just kind of thinking lately about wellness. And it doesn't come easy. It does not come easy. So just acknowledging the effort, the energy you brought to your practice today. If you want to take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, just to have that sense of connection to the body, that is an option. And then really just showering yourself with friendliness, compassion. And maybe even you can be a bit congratulatory. It's like, yeah, I did that. Some of that was really challenging. Just getting to my mat was challenging. And then releasing all of that thinking energy and allow yourself just to be here with this body. No judgment toward the body, just friendliness. Observing the breath rise and fall. Your attention has moved away from breath and body. That is very natural and normal. So just acknowledging where your mind wandered off to and guide it back to breath and body, to just being in this moment. Giving yourself this gift of presence. There's nowhere you have to be. There's nothing you have to do. Except being right here in this moment with yourself, with this yoga community, absorbing the benefits of being present, of self-care. And practicing friendliness towards yourself. Slowly, we'll bring a little bit of movement into the toes, feet, ankles. Hands, fingers, and the wrists. Scrunch up the face, stretch it out. Do that a few times. When you're ready, inhaling arms up overhead for a gentle full body stretch. Oh, and exhale, release. Oh. Take your time. Bring the limbs in, kind of collect them in and roll over to one side. No need to rush. And slowly, let's gradually come up to a seated position. Choosing to come back to the seat, or if you want to stay on the floor. I invite you just to sit and be with these sensations in the body. It's getting curious about what you notice. I invite you to bring your hands up to your heart center. And just taking a moment to maybe set an intention for bringing your yoga practice out into the rest of the day, bringing this friendliness to yourself, compassion, flipping the script whenever you notice that critical voice in the back of the mind. And maybe just finding another way to take care of yourself today. Let's seal in this intention and this practice with a unifying Om as we inhale together. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. We'll see you soon.